and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel, whichever one it may be. And if you are new here, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, do all those wonderful things, and just let me know what you think. So today we're gonna work on, or I'm going to work on, you can work on whatever you're working on. Whip away with me. We are going to do a whip and chat, and I am going to be working on this mystery diamond painting, which I am working on for Pampered with Diamonds Celebrate Birthday event that's being hosted through Diamond Paint with Friends 2.0 and of course her channel. So please check her out. She's got some really good content. She posts pretty much daily, unlike me, who's about once a week. So, you know, at least you've got daily content to check out. So anyway, is that, it shouldn't be. You know what? This is sealed. It shouldn't be doing anything. But I feel like it was sticking up right there. I don't know if it is, it's living that way because it's sealed already. So this is a mystery kit that I got from 5D Diamond Art, and we're going to get into the section. I'm going to be working on a section right here. Right here. Left, right, which one? We'll go this side. But let me know what you think. There's some very key elements here that will give it away-ish of what this diamond painting is. I already have an idea of what I think it is. And it's all because of, you know, something right here in this corner that makes me think it is that. Also this piece right here. Now I'm not 100% sure, but you know, leave a comment, let me know what you think it is, and maybe at the end of the video I will say what I think it is, but I'm not gonna say now. I'm gonna do right here ish. All right, so I have to pull this up and cut up this line to it. So I originally did put washi tape on this canvas, but a lot of it has come off. So I'm just kind of using these folds, which is only in the cover and not in the canvas itself, which is nice, as my reference point of where I want to work. But I am going to do a little bit of a bigger section this time than I have been doing, because I don't know, I just feel like I should do a bigger section. So let's talk about my toolkit here. I am using this wax for the single placer. You know, I don't remember who I got this from. I've had it for a couple years now. I may have shown it in a video. I'm not sure. It's one of the popular wax companies on Etsy. I want to say that they sell diamond paintings and stuff as well, but they were primarily known for their wax. And then I am using a putty that I really don't like, but I keep using it anyway. I'm using Alien Putty in the multi-placer. It has not been my favorite putty, but I keep using it because it's been right next to me. And then I'm using this pen. I think I got this pen from Craftably before it closed. It was like one of the last things I got from them. And then I'm using this tray, which if you find this tray looks very interesting and cool to you, I sell it in my shop, Truvampire Art. I do use my own trays because I love them. They have been the best trays that I have used so far. Absolutely love them. They're fantastic. So I do sell these in my shop. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this diamond painting. So let me see if I can adjust this a little. Can I move you closer? No. So I can move you up. Don't fall off. It's gonna be interesting. All right, that should be good right there. I've got my drills, and I'm gonna add a light. So there is going to be light in a second. Ready? 3, 2, 1, light. Yikes. That is bright. It's perfect for me, but it looks so weird on the camera. All right, let's see. It's also going to help hold the canvas in place because the canvas is like really far back over here now. So hold on a second. My allergies always hit as soon as I start doing a video. Of course, I've been cleaning too, so that makes sense. How is everybody doing? Are you doing well? Are you having a good week so far? I had 3 days off this week, so I'm having a pretty good week. I'm trying to get my weeks to always be 3 days off because I think that's just the perfect amount of time for me to work is 4 days instead of 5, 32 hours instead of 40, so that I can do some of the other stuff that needs to get done, because if I'm working 40 hours, nothing's getting done. I love my husband, but he doesn't do anything, and I don't do anything when I'm feeling so stressed about working so much. So there's that. Okay. I don't know what's going on right there. I think it's because I did this section like 2 years ago and never actually finished it until recently, because I've only just come back to working on this canvas. So I think I'm gonna choose like one of these bigger colors. Let's go with S. Let me see if I can find S. Now I dropped these drills. Also, it's been a while since I like started working on this, so I don't know if I even have all the drills here or if they had like another little baggie with drills in them. I hope not. I found the money symbol. That's not the S I'm looking for. There it is. I found it. Okay. So I'm hoping that, but looking at the amount of drills that I have right now and how much canvas I have left and what might be left for the S, I don't know. There might be a baggie with drills for this canvas. That's not S. Was that S? That's not S. That's S. All right, yeah. It is the money symbol and the S on this canvas. No. It's way too difficult. And then 5. Oh. Why am I starting with this color? You know what? Let's not start with this color. Change my mind. Let's do something a little bit easier. I don't have to like think about. All right. Some of these drills are just, they're not horrible. Like, these aren't the worst drills I've ever worked with, but they're not the best drills I've ever worked with either. So there's that. As far as this canvas goes, it hasn't been bad. I did buy this canvas from, I didn't buy it actually, no. So this canvas comes from a company called 5D Diamond Paint, which I'm pretty sure is out of Egypt, because that's like where the guy was from. Anyway, it was one of the first Facebook groups that I joined back in, I think 2021 is when I got back into diamonds painting. So I started diamond painting in 2018, and then I took a break. In 2021, I came back to it. And that's when I really got into it. Like, I started buying canvases and everything and, like, just went crazy. So, as you know we do. So, I found the Facebook group. I think it was just, like, a diamond painting Facebook group that I thought, oh, cool, it's a diamond painting Facebook group. Everybody diamond paints. It was not just a diamond painting Facebook group. It was a Facebook group for this specific company and their shop so that they could sell their diamond painting. And at this point in time, I still did not know about licensed and unlicensed artwork. So I was like, cool. It's, you know, it's a cool little company and they're selling diamond art. And this is fun. So I joined the Facebook group, and one of the things was that you could participate in kind of like a secret Santa, But it wasn't just during Christmas time. They would do this pretty much once a month. And I thought that was fun. And at that point in time, we were financially in a place where that one has like a thing on it. Hold on. Financially in a place where we were okay and we could do fun things like that. You know, like expand my collection of diamond painting. And so I signed up. And what you did was you would get someone's name and a list of either particular diamond paintings that they wanted or some ideas of what they would want. So they would put on their list, say they liked Disney princesses, they would put a Disney princess canvas or a Star Wars canvas or a canvas with cats. You know, so they'd give you an idea of what they were looking for, and you could go through the shop and order. They would also say if they wanted rounds or squares, because that was a thing as well. And they would also say if they wanted it to be on the smaller size or if they didn't care about size. I didn't care about size, and I didn't care if it was round or squares, so I just left that up to the person shopping. But, yeah, they would say that. So you'd get their name, you'd get their ideas of what they wanted, and then you'd go through the shop, and you could spend, I think, up to $50 on the person and send them the canvases through the shop. So you'd put their information in and you'd send them the canvases, and it, you know, it was not bad. And it was fun because then somebody else would get your name, not the person that you were sending to. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I got their name, they got my name. It was more of just like you randomly got a person's name and they randomly got a person's name. So it wasn't like the person, and you know, it was always anonymous too, so you never knew who was sending you stuff. And they, except like once I knew who was getting stuff because it accidentally came to me when it wasn't supposed to, and so I shipped it out. The guy he gave me the money for shipping, and I shipped it to the correct people for them because it came to me instead. I don't think he actually gave me the money for shipping. I think he sent me like 4 canvases or something in the mail. I was like, oh, that's fun. That's not the color I'm working on. So that's how this one came, because I put mystery as one of my preferences. And so I actually got, I think, like 3 or 4 mystery kits from them. And I've done none of them. This is the smallest of the ones that I got. Because when you said you didn't care about size, people would send you large canvases. Because like I said, you could spend up to $50, and this was a budget-friendly company, so you know, you could really get some people some stuff. Like, I got 3 canvases one time from somebody. I'm pretty sure it was more than $50 too, but whatever. Whatever. I only ever spent, I don't know, I want to say I spent like between 30 and 50. Like, I tried to be nice because I was like, I don't have a lot of money, but I can definitely afford to do this. And nobody ever complained about what they got or what they, you know, didn't get, or, you know, like what they sent out. So I thought that was pretty decent. As far as what they're doing now, I don't know if I checked the Facebook group recently, and they had put a post, I think like back in December or something, that they were closing their shop for the moment. Not like completely, but just kind of, I think they were probably revamping their shop or doing something like that. So they were, you know, like shutting it down for a little bit to make some changes and do some stuff, is what it sounded like in the post. Not like a complete close, but just like a making some changes, which hopefully one of those is poured glue instead of double-sided adhesive. Although this double-sided adhesive, for as long as I've had this canvas, which 2021 to 2026 is 5 years that I've had this canvas sitting in my stash, with 3 of those having the canvas started. So, the fact that there's no rivers in the double-sided adhesive itself is really good. So it's a pretty decent double-sided adhesive canvas, and it's been working out really nice. I have been sealing it as I go, only because the edges here, and this could have just been because I did take 3 years of working on this, and like I said, like this sat like almost 2 years completely without being touched, this section, and so like some of the drills were falling off, and it could have just been because of that, but I've been sealing it anyway just to be on the safe side, because this canvas is on the older side. It's been sitting. The glue might not, I mean, it feels pretty good though. It still feels pretty sticky. It's pretty good. But yeah, I just wanted to be better, you know, safe than sorry. I really put you on. I just realized that you're sitting here just blazing away, and I didn't even realize that I put the heater on. I don't need the heater on. It is nice out today. I have all the doors and windows open. I am letting air flow through this house. Oh, it smells so nice though. So it's so nice when you can have the windows open like that. Just let the natural air just come into your house, and just, yeah, it's just nice. I just love it. Now it's nice and toasty over here, though, because I had the little heater going. Yeah, I think that time of the year is over, little heater. You ran all winter, though. I will say that. You ran your little butt off all winter. I think next year I'm going to invest in a heated blanket. I looked at them at the store, and I was like, you know, it might be nice to have a heated blanket. All right, so some of these drills do have, and I've been putting them in this empty section over here. Any damaged drills or just bad drills in general, but they haven't been too bad. Like, I really can't complain about these drills. They've been pretty decent, considering they're definitely acrylic drills. Like, they're not nowhere near nice resin drill. They're just regular old plastic drills. Anyway, so let's see, what else have I been up to? Work. I was doing 40 hours and with work. And I was noticing that I really struggle to get anything else done when I work 40 hours, because on my first day off, I can't function. I'm just in a lot of pain because, you know, like I have bad knees now. So, you know, doing 7 to 12 miles of walking per day, per shift, I am just like, I come home and the next day I'm just like, nope, can't move, can't function. Just leave me alone. Let me just rot on the couch for like one day, and then I will function the next day. And I usually do, but it sucks because some days I'm working that next day, so I have to go back to work. Very rarely did I have 2 days off in a row, like very rarely. So that kind of sucked because I'd have to go back to work the next day, and there was still so much that I wasn't getting done, my husband wasn't doing, like the housework and the house chores. So I am trying to cut back to the 32 hours to try to be able to do more stuff around the house and get done, and, you know, not have to worry about it as much if I take one day and just don't do anything. Like yesterday, I pretty much didn't do anything. I can't say I completely didn't do anything because I did some stuff. I think I cleaned the living room floor yesterday a couple of times. I swept it like a couple of times. Last week I mopped it because I don't know, last week I just had more energy and gumption to do things. than I do in other times. Maybe it's that like spring cleaning fever or whatever. Today I cleaned the bathroom. Deep cleaned the bathroom. Not just, like, oh, I wiped the toilet and wiped the sink down or did anything. No, I deep cleaned the bathroom. Like, I wiped the walls and the baseboards. That's how deep cleaned the bathroom is. So I deep cleaned the bathroom, and I'm throwing out a litter box that was in the bathroom. And I put a new litter box in there because obviously we have 7 cats, and so we have a lot of litter boxes. We ordered a robot one. It's not like the robot litter box you see online all the time. It was just like a cheap Amazon one that had really good reviews, and so I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. And so I ordered a robot litter box and set it up, and the cats are using it. Like, they're definitely using it. And I sat there one time and ran it with the cats there in the room to see what they would do and what would happen. Because, there's that fear of the cats getting closed in the litter box or like something like that. Anyway, this one doesn't close down. It leaves a gap, it leaves a gap so a cat could fit through it. If it did get stuck, the cat could still get in and out of the litter box if they wanted to. So there is that. So it doesn't close down, which is nice. That is nice. And it's very sensitive. Like, it's so sensitive that a little bit of poo was stuck to the top of the litter box, and it wouldn't complete the cycle because it sensed this little bit of poo. So it wouldn't do it until I went in, cleaned that little bit of poo out, cleaned it down, and then finally it was like, oh, okay, the cat's gone, I can complete the cycle. Like, oh my goodness, it wasn't even a cat, you silly litter box. But it was kind of funny that it is that sensitive. But also, I did see, like, one of my kittens put his paws up on it he was like, whoa, what's it doing? Oh my gosh. And he stuck his little paws up there, and it stopped instantly. And then he was like, oh, well, that's not fun. So I picked up his paws and took him off, and it started going again, and I just held him so he could watch it. And he was so tickled pink by the whole process. Kittens are fun. They're so much fun. Not that they're really kittens anymore. They're getting on towards being a year old already. It's crazy, but my babies, the ones that I bottle raised, because we kept 2 of them. We kept Leo and we kept Griffin. And my mother took the one that I wanted to keep, the one that I kept saying all along, oh, I'm going to keep this one, I'm going to keep this one. Like, from the moment I saw her, I was like, I want this one. I want to keep Stormy. But my mother ended up keeping her, so she lives with my parents. Which is nice, because if I do go visit, I can still see her. I'm sure I could see the others too, but oops, I just knocked that little sloth thing down. Oh well, I'll pick it up. So, yeah, so that's nice. So we still have Leo and Griffin, and honestly, I do think we kept, like, the best 2 for our family. They are getting along with our big boy, Peanut. They love him. Just like every other cat in our house loves him. We have a big 16-pound cat named Peanut. And every cat in our house just loves him, except for Socks, which is kind of funny because he is so in love with Socks. It's just like, he's just like, this is my girl, and there's no other cat for me in this world, and I just love her. And she is like, no. She's just like, No, go away. Leave me alone. She doesn't hiss or anything at him, but you can just tell because she'll be like, oh, great. His head's in my stomach again. It's just funny because she's like, oh, this is nice. And here he is again, laying down next to me, grooming me. Because he just adores her for some reason. Whereas the others, he's just like, whatever, they're here. And they all adore him. Like every single one of them adores him. And he only adores the one that doesn't adore him. Like, it's so funny. Cats are fun. They're so much fun. Rebel hates everybody. That's just Rebel. Except Peanut. Peanut is like the only cat Rebel doesn't hate. He hates everybody else in the house, though. And thankfully, I bought him some treats, some calming treats, because I'm just, trying little things with him to see if we can't help get the situation in our house just a little bit calmer, because he and Floof do not like each other, and they do tend to get into it a little bit. There's no fights. They don't fight, but they will sit and they'll be facing each other, and they will be just like doing the stare down and the growl. And I don't think I've ever seen them fight, because Floof will usually get up and walk away after a certain amount of time, but it is kind of a little intense for a little bit. So I thought, try the calming treats with Rebel, because it's not Floof that's the problem, it's Rebel, because he's just a grumpy sucker. And see how that goes. Like, the one cat that, like, I can't live without is the grumpy sucker that, probably would be better in another home where he's the only cat. But that's never happening, because he's my heart. He's not going anywhere, whether he likes it or not. He's staying here forever. But what is this? Huh. I don't know what this is gonna be. I might only end up doing this one color on this. I still have to take a picture of it and post it in the group, my progress that I've made, because I have made progress on every single one of the canvases I'm working on this month. I'm working on 3, by the way. So I decided last month, when I worked on finishing the canvas that I did for the event in January, I made a decision to work on one whip each month. So one of the whips that I already have, and I have a lot, I am going to tackle for each month. If they'll go along with an event, great. If not, also great. I'm still going to work on them. And I am going to participate in the Diamond Paint with Friends 2.0 events that are going on, and any of my friends that are hosting separate events outside of that. Because I think Wendy over at Diamonds and Stuff is hosting a couple events that are not through the Diamond Paint with Friends group. And so I'll probably participate in her events. All right, this color has been kind of, look, there's like one in here that's like, I don't even know if you can see it. Will it focus? Probably not, but like, this drill is completely hollow. So I'll put it in my, because there's another one that's like completely hollow. Uniform wise, these ones are pretty good. Like, these drills are pretty good as far as the shape and the way that they line up and they look and stuff. So I can't complain. I also realize that I am gonna have to go and try and find, because I bet there is a bag with extra drills for this kit somewhere in this house, because this is definitely not enough for the rest of this canvas. Honestly, I don't even know if it's for the rest of this section. There's a lot of this color in here. It's probably good for this section, but darn. So, yeah. But that's been about all I've been up to. I've just been working, trying to clean my house. I have to clean my car. It's spring anyway. It's a good time to clean the car. I used to be so diligent about cleaning my car more often, but I don't know, it just hasn't happened the past couple of years. Like, I'll clean it once or twice a year. Whereas I used to do it quarterly, kind of. Like, I used to do it 3 to 4 times a year, and now I'm like, maybe I'll get to it twice. Definitely will get done once. Maybe I'll get to it twice, but just hasn't happened yet. But this year, spring has only just started. It has finally started to warm up. It's nice enough outside where you want to be outside. Not like before where it was, no. I don't want to be outside. It's cold. That's so cold. Who wants to be out there? Ooh, somebody's got a fire. I can smell the... You know, like when people have a fire going and you can smell the smoke. It doesn't smell like trash. It just smells like they're burning wood. Because the people burn trash here. They actually burn their trash. And it is so disgusting. Smells horrifying. And it's not like it's that hard to take your trash. Like, you can take your trash to the landfill. It's just down the road. It's not that far. And they don't charge you any money if you're only taking like 3 or 4 bags. So not that bad. Or we have a recycling center in town. Again, it's only like 13 minutes drive. And it's free. You just have to do the work. You just take your stuff and you have to do the work. But it's free. Why is this such a struggle for people? I don't get it. I really don't. Like, it's not hard. You don't have to pay anything. You just have to put it in the bin and you have to do your separating of your recycling if you're recycling. I don't think a lot of people around here do. Like, I really don't. I try so hard to recycle and get all my recycling good and then bring my recycling like once a month because we don't have a lot of recycling. I mean, we try our hardest, but it's, you know, like a lot of it is just plain trash. So that's our weekly go is just regular trash. And then once a month we bring our recycling. Anyway, it's like you don't have to pay anything. And you have to do it yourself, sure. And I guess if you have a car, it is kind of stinky because it's trash. So it can be kind of stinky in your car. But put a tarp down or something and put it on the tarp in your car. And then, you know, like it's only in your car for at the most like 15 minutes. And then it's not in your car anymore. It's not that hard. It's really not. Maybe it's just me. Like, I get there are people out there that physically can't do it. But the people burning their trash, I'm pretty sure have the physical capability of going to the dump. If you're standing out there throwing trash on a fire, you can probably go throw it in a bin. Let's face it. And nobody needs to smell your plastic trash burning. We really don't need that smell in the air. Because it's not pleasant. Not like wood burning. Wood burning is pleasant. It's nice. You know, like you feel like, oh, it's, you know, like people are going to start barbecuing and you'll smell the barbecuing and stuff. Like, that's not bad. That's nice. People look forward to that. Yeah, I gotta see if there's a bag of drills somewhere for this canvas, because I wonder if it's with my other drills. Hopefully. Otherwise, I have no idea where it would be. I know where the drills themselves were. I don't think they were there. Maybe they are. Maybe I'll go check that out. I have been doing some cleaning in that room. That's bad. That's bad. But I'm working on organizing it, getting a little bit more organized, decluttering, doing all that stuff, trying to get better at life in general. I know I'm not the only one that struggles with it, and I know I'm not the worst out there when it comes to clutter and stuff, you know, because I will say that we have clutter in our house, but we clean. We do clean. Like, my husband will do floors, and we keep our kitchen clean. Which, you know, it's weird we have all this clutter around the house, but if you see our fridge, you'd think we were minimalists. You'd feel like, what? Why does your house look like this and your fridge have nothing in it? Oh, it's just, I don't know. One of those spring cleaning things that I have, like, this app that I do, and it has a list of spring cleaning chores to do. And one of the chores was to take the expired food out of your fridge. And I was like, food doesn't expire in our fridge. It gets eaten before it expires or even comes close to expiring. I think the only thing that might expire in our house is spices, because they don't always get used all the time. The one thing in our house that we take really good care of is our kitchen. I don't know why. It's just what we do. I suppose you have to have one thing, right? There's gotta be one thing that you're good at. The rest of the house looks like trash. You know, like, I still got a laundry basket sitting on my chaise lounge that's been sitting there since December that I have not folded the clothes in. We've just been pulling the clothes out of it. Because I just haven't folded the clothes in that basket. We have 2 other baskets in our bedroom, and they have been dumped and folded several times, but the one sitting on our chaise lounge in the living room, nope. And now I have to clean all of the clothes in one of the baskets because one of my cats decided it would be fun to mark his territory on our laundry basket. Because we have this random cat coming around that's stressing them out. So he thought he would mark the laundry basket. Thank you and no thank you. And that was the first time he ever did it, too. I was like, dude. Now I have to clean everything in this basket. Like, wash the whole basket, all of the clothes, everything. Because you thought it would be fun to mark your territory. You don't need to do it in the house. Really, you don't. Outside the house, yeah, I can understand that. Inside the house, no. No. Don't need to, and you all have your own territory in the house, so it's not like you're fighting over it. You're not. You all have your own beds that you sleep in. You all have your own spots that you go to. Nobody's fighting over territory. The only thing they sort of fight over is the cat tree in our living room. That's the only thing they sort of fight over, and it's not really fighting. It's just a first come, first serve kind of thing. Like, whoever gets there first gets it. I do wonder what this picture is going to look like. It's kind of fun. I like mysteries. Just for this, like, uncovering. What is it going to be? What are we seeing? What is it going to look like? Is there any more of this color? Yeah. There's some more. It's fun. But I do vaguely remember a bag with the extra drills for this kit. I don't know that that was this number. It might have been this other one. But I think it was. Let me just double check that. It was not. All right, you go back. Are you? You are. Okay. Well, that's good, because the other one went flying. So, I'm glad we didn't need it anymore, because it's gone. I wonder if that was the one I spilled. I don't think so, though, because it was the other side that spilled. I don't know. I don't remember any more of this color. I don't see it. Anyway, it's been about 40 minutes. I've probably rambled on enough. I don't know that I have anything else to talk about anyway. I don't know that I will get to, I will probably get to a video next week. I know I didn't last week. I just kind of did a short, but I will hopefully get to one next week. Next week I have 4 days off, so it's going to be like, whoa, what is this? It'll be glorious. Just absolutely glorious. 4 days off. Anyway, I think that is going to be it for me. This is weird. There we go. That is going to be it for me today. I've got to take a picture of this canvas of where I'm at so far and post it in the Facebook group. And then I have to check to see if the floor is dry in the other room, move some things around, and prep a wall for painting. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. Please feel free to subscribe. I'm getting close to 1,000. I know I still have like 100 left, but come on. It's just over 100 now. Like, we're getting so close to 1,000 subscribers, and that's someplace I never really thought I'd be. So, follow along, join my journey. I'm definitely going to be having a giveaway. I don't know of what yet. Most definitely 3D printed items for sure will be in the giveaway. Probably a couple of diamond paintings. We'll see. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed, and thank you for watching. Oh yeah, I almost forgot that I said I was going to say what I think it is, and I think it's Rapunzel. I think this is Rapunzel right here, and I think this is Pascal. So, tell me if you thought the same thing. Thanks for watching.